Hello friends, just imagine. Could it really be true that centuries ago, on the land we now call America, there were people roaming around who stood 8 to 10 feet tall? Sounds unbelievable, right? But when you explore the ancient stories from Native American tribes and look into some old archaeological discoveries, it starts to feel like maybe, just maybe, it's not just a myth, but something very real. So today we're diving into the mystery of the Native American giants. Were they real or are they just legends passed down through time? Let's find out. Many Native American tribes like the Paiute, Choctaw, Navajo, and Comanche have ancient stories that speak of a race of giant beings who once lived in their lands. For example, the Paiute people tell the tale of a tribe called the Saite-Ka, who lived in what is now known as the Lovelock Cave in Nevada. These people were said to be 7 to 8 feet tall, with red hair, and were even cannibals. According to Paiute legend, after a long and deadly war, their ancestors finally defeated these giants by trapping them inside the cave and setting it on fire. Now that's just a legend, but here's where things get interesting. In 1911, a group of miners excavating Lovelock Cave actually discovered giant skeletons. Some of these remains measured over 7 feet tall. A 15-inch long sandal was found. There were burn marks near the entrance of the cave, just like the Paiute story described. Strange coincidence, right? Let's go deeper. Back in the 19th and early 20th centuries, there were reports from all over the U.S., places like Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and California, of giant skeletons being unearthed. Newspapers at the time claimed that some of these remains were 7 to 9 feet tall, and a few were even sent to museums like the Smithsonian. But here's the big question. Where are those skeletons now? Some experts say that due to laws like the Paiute Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act, many of these relics were either returned to their tribes or weren't preserved properly. But others believe something much bigger is being hidden because too many stories and reports point in the same direction. Now looking at it from a scientific point of view, some researchers argue that these giant bones may have actually belonged to large animals like mastodons or bison and were simply misidentified. Others suggest that Native Americans of that time were taller and stronger than the average European settlers and were mistaken for giants. In those days, Europeans were usually about 5 to 5.5 feet tall, while native warriors were often 6 feet or more. So maybe it was just a misunderstanding. Still, when multiple tribes from different regions tell similar stories, it makes you think, was there something more to it? For Native American tribes, these legends aren't just stories. They're a part of their culture, their history, and even their spiritual beliefs. Like the Choctaws' Nahulo, a giant tribe that lived near the Mississippi River, or the Navajo's Starnake people who say these giants came with advanced technology. Whether you believe them or not, what matters is how these tribes viewed their past. These stories were their way of preserving the memory of their ancestors, their battles, and their lives. And there's more ancient artifacts found in places like Ohio's Serpent Mound include tools and structures so large, they seem too big for regular humans. Do they prove giants existed? Maybe not. But they certainly make you wonder, was life back then very different from what we imagine today? And if it's all just myth, then why do so many tribes share such similar tales? So friends, that was the mysterious story of the Native American giants. What do you think? Were there really giant people living in ancient America? Or are these just symbolic stories, a beautiful piece of tribal culture and history? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you love hearing fascinating stories and uncovering mysteries like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next video.